Peace, peace, peace. What's good? What's good? I asked myself a question earlier, and I've been thinking about that question. I've been thinking about it in my own life and in things that I've noticed within others when I notice people holding themselves back from doing something, knowing that it's a spark that's living within them that just wants to ignite. It wants to come alive. So I've been noticing patterns that I either am still working on, or I have been able to reprogram and unlearn certain patterns so that I can be strong enough, be brave enough, which I think it doesn't even have much to do with strength or bravery. It's just a matter of just putting full faith in whatever feeling you're feeling that's driving you, that's motivating you, that's pulling you towards doing something. So from thinking about all these things, I really wanted to ask myself, what is it that either once held me back or may even still be holding me back in this present existence? So this is what I wrote down. I decided I wanted to write it down, put it on paper, get it out of my mind, get it out of my heart, and put it into something physical. And that's why I love to write different things, because for a long time I just kept everything in here. I would leave it as something that's non-tangible, something that's not physical. When we write it down, it's now us placing existence into it in this physical world. Now I can see I've taken it out of here and out of here, and it's in this physical, it's physical form now. So even when I'm trying to create something, I like to write it down. I like to write it down because that's me taking it out of something that can't be held, that can't be seen, that's in here still. And now when I write it, I've now put some kind of existence, physical existence. I brought it into this human experience by writing it down, by doing something so simple as writing it down. So this is what these are things that this is what I wrote down. To start it, I asked myself, my higher self, oh, the weather is getting beautiful. It's raining. I literally wanted the back of this window because it just looks amazing. Like for my back to be towards that, so you could have it in the background. But then my face just looked really dark, so I just decided to give you these windows in the back, even though I'm kind of covering it all with my big head. All right, if I back up. Anyway, that's not the point of this video. So this is what I wrote down. What are things that hold me back? And basically, they all come down to fears. They're all fears in one way or another. So fear number one, being judged. A fear of being judged. Number two, a fear of being misunderstood. Number three, receiving unkindness. I do have a really big fear of people being unkind to me. And I know I need to release that and let it go. And just continue to be as kind as I can be myself so that I can receive the kindness back. Fear of failing. Fear of failing. Fear of not being enough. Fear of not having enough. Fear of not being accepted. Doing something wrong, even though all I mean to do is right. Not saying the right thing. 555. Not meeting others' expectations. And the last one that I wrote down is regret. And so what I did after acknowledging all these things that either I have already reprogrammed within myself, or it's something that I'm still working to release and to detach myself from and overcome and intercome. So for the first fear that I wrote down, being judged, and these aren't, it's not from greatest to least or least to greatest, it's just what I just wrote as it came. So fear of being judged, this is what I wrote down to combat, because it doesn't make sense. None of these things, when you really break them down, do they really make sense as to why we should continue to let them hold us back. So fear of being judged. People are going to judge no matter what or who I am. Source even gets judged and still remains to be Source. For fear of being misunderstood. People can only understand based on their own capacity of understanding themselves. Even Source is misunderstood and is still gentle. Receiving unkindness. People can only be as kind as they are to themselves. Even Source receives unkindness and loves anyway. 4, fear of failing. Failure is a part of the greatest success stories and is inevitable. It is a big piece to growth. Source gave us the freedom to fail as many times as it is needed. 5, fear of not being enough. I love how it's raining right now because it's just, it's sweating. I have the windows open and it's sweating the floor, but it's okay. It's renewal. It's allowing the water to wash away all of these things that have been holding us back. So fear of not being enough. Nothing can decide for us that we are not enough. Only our own perception of ourselves. We were born and created as being more than enough. Six, not having enough. Fear of not having enough. As we turn within and acknowledge all the signs and synchronicities that align outside of us, we realize we were given every single tool, resource, guidance, and protection that we could ever possibly need in this human experience, from both the physical and the non-physical realms. Seven, the fear of not being accepted. The only thing we need to accept is ourselves in our fullness, in our authenticity, in our light and love. The more we seek outside acceptance or validation, the more disconnected from ourselves and our authenticity we get. Not even Source is accepted by the whole world. That's a big one right there. 8, doing something wrong, even though all I mean to do is right. If my heart is pure and my intentions are out of love and peace, that's the same peace and love I should walk away with. And this comes with releasing control of being perfect. 1, 1, 1, 1, 11, 11. Others can only receive me in the same light they receive and carry within themselves. People even blame Source for what wrongs happen in their life when they are the ones with the wrong perception. Not even Source is able to do right by everyone within their own eyes, within their own perception. Because perception is creation. Perception creates reality. Someone told me perception is creation, and I love that. I love it. 9, not saying the right thing. If I speak my heart with calm, patience, and love, what I say nor how I say it matters, because the foundation of it is built off love. The way someone receives my words or energy is a reflection of themselves. Source doesn't speak in words and only energy, because words get lost in translation through each individual's own energy. These are all such great reminders to myself. I'm literally going to keep flipping back to these pages because there's things that I am working on within my own self to overcome and intercome, to be able to be this full, authentic me that I've been really challenging myself to be. And I say challenging because it has been a challenge to release all these things that have held me back. I've made progress, but there's a lot more progress to be done. So I'm trusting that this is also a little seed planted to help you in your journey too. Because I am you and you are me in Lock Edge. 10, 3, 4, 5, 1, 3, 4, 5. Not meeting others' expectations. Placing my peace in the hands of others' expectations is an automatic losing game. People place Source with these exceedingly high expectations, and even when or if it gets exceeded, they still remain in cognitive dissonance and not be satisfied. So true. So true. Sometimes things can be right in front of their face where you just cannot deny that Source was present, and they will still try to find an excuse or find reasoning or logic as to why it wasn't Source or why it happened a different way, just to try and just to make sense of it in another way. I don't know. 11. Regret. I can only regret that which I felt a calling to do and didn't. Because even if something that I do doesn't turn out how I thought, I could at least know that from having tried it. Doing something and failing is better than doing nothing and never giving chance of succeeding, or at least simply trying. That's what I wrote down. And I'm trusting that whatever I said in here could be just a little spark within your spirit to take back your control and take back your power and not let these things continue to hold you back from being and doing and living the way that we truly came here to live. It's funny that life is really just a journey of coming back into ourselves. It's just a journey of remembering who we are, remembering our creation before others try to add to that creation through programs, through these traumas, through all these things that we decide to accept as our truth in this human experience, when the truth is something so simple that is just a big embracement of love, of kindness, of gentleness, of peace, just being yourself. I know that when I see someone out there doing the wildest thing, saying the wildest thing, wearing the wildest thing, I literally like this. I get so filled with amazement and just inspiration where it's like, wow, I probably would never do that or say that or wear that or whatever it is. But the fact that that person does, and regardless of how many eyes are on them passing judgment for the most part, they're still just with no care in the world doing the dang thing, wearing the dang thing, saying the dang thing, as long as it's out of peace and love. I find so much beauty in that. And I know I find so much beauty in that because that's what I really am trying to embody. I'm trying to embody just being myself, just say what I think, mean what I say, allow myself to just be. If I get judged, so be it. People are gonna judge anyway. If I get misunderstood, so be it. People can only understand me as much as they understand themselves. If I'm not accepted, that's great. I don't want to be accepted. I only need to accept myself. And if I am accepting myself as being my true, authentic self, then that's all that should matter. I really don't have a fear of not having enough because Source has shown me, even when I didn't have anything, that I still was lacking nothing in true reality. The most important things I've always had. I've always had the most important things. And me having my mind, my mind of thinking for myself and always seeing the bright out of things, and my mind that chooses to always lift myself back up, even if I've fallen a gazillion times. My heart that still chooses to love no matter how many heartbreaks, no matter how many setbacks, no matter how many letdowns, no matter how much dishonesty and disloyalty that I've experienced. That for me is all I need to continue moving forward in life. And the fact that I've stayed true to that has gotten me to where I am now, as someone who lacks nothing ever. So I am trusting this found you for a reason. Because Source always knows what it's doing, and there's never no coincidence. There's never no accident. There is no such thing as that. So if I came onto your page, it's because you're ready to allow yourself, give yourself permission to be yourself, and give yourself the permission to do what you are feeling called and drawn and intuitively guided to do. Do it with these fears. Do it with the fears anyway. Acknowledge the fears and say, you know what, fear, I know you're there, but I'm not gonna let you control me anymore. Even though you're there, I'm gonna do it regardless. And I promise you, you will not be living with that regret. I promise you. And the perception of everything throughout every single little trial and error and failure that may happen along the way, perception of seeing things as a part of the puzzle, of completing the puzzle, of it all being a part of the plan, is going to help you continue moving forward always. 2133. Always. So I leave you with peace. I leave you with strength. I leave you with light. I leave you with love. Don't be afraid to be you. And don't be afraid to do the darn thing. Or if you're afraid, it's okay. Do it anyway. Peace.